To the design studio. Today we're doing something just a little bit different. I'm having a bunch of issues connecting to Facebook groups today. So what I'm doing is bringing you one of our Wreath of the Month group tutorials. So this is normally a tutorial that I would do for the Wreath of the Month group, which is a group that I have that just works on one design for the whole month. For the month of June, right? We're in June. For the month of June, we are doing a dog lover's wreath. So I'm going to be walking you through all the steps. And so you guys kind of get a sneak peek of my Wreath of the Month group. So if you like this tutorial and you want to save it and you're on Facebook, just click the share button down below. It will save this tutorial to your Facebook page. YouTube subscribers, a little bit different. You're just going to want to click your save button, and that'll save that in however you have your account set up through YouTube. Also, if you want to be notified when I do go live, make sure that if you're on Facebook that you have clicked the like and follow button. You need both. So with all the changes that Facebook keeps doing, make sure, like if you already had those set up in the past, more than likely it's gone back to what I would consider factory default. So it's back to the way things would be if you were a brand new subscriber. And so most people don't have notifications turned on because they don't know which notifications you want to receive. So the like button is easy enough to find. It's the follow button, which is right next to the like button on Facebook. 3 little dots opens up a sub menu. From there, you can go ahead and click follow, and then you'll be notified when I go live. On YouTube, you're catching this from an earlier Facebook Live. So all you have to do to be notified when we have a new video handy is click the subscribe button. And then you can subscribe to my channel and be notified whenever I have a new video. I'm going to go ahead and pan you down. We'll cover all the materials, and then we're going to go ahead and start putting this one together. So give me just 1 second. I'm always trying to make sure that I don't hit the mic, because the mic button is super sensitive. Just slightly hang tight. I think we are square. So we're going to be using what's called a work frame wreath. And this is a beige pencil tie. It's not those big fluffy ones. These ones are skinny. And this is going to be our base for today. It is an elevated work frame, which means that there is a 2-inch elevation from the very bottom to the very top. Hi, Teresa. She said, hi, Kat. I'm a dog lover, and I can't wait to see what you're doing today. Well, I think you're going to love this design. So, like I said, this is what's considered a 15 to 24, 15 to 30 inch work frame, meaning that the smallest dimension on here is going to be 15 inches. And I believe it's just, it's just the outside ring alone. So by the time you build out your materials, you're roughly looking between 26 and 30 inches. It will be a fairly tall wreath, so this will max out at about 6 inches. So this is what's considered a work frame. It's got everything already inserted, so we don't have to walk through that. We are going to be using this 10 by 10 sign that says bark less, wag more. It's got a bunch of puppy paw prints and some dog bones. And in addition to that, we are going to be using a jute burlap mesh. So this is our color combination. It's kind of black, white, tan, and red. And all the stuff comes in the kits. So in addition to that, you get 6 rolls of ribbon, which is going to be this 1.5 inch red with a polka dot edge, the diagonal black and white 1.5 inch, paw prints and dog bones on red 1.5 inch, and then a gingham edge with black and white polka dots, pairing that with a black and tan, call this like a squiggle ribbon. And then we have the 1.5 inch dog paw prints and dog bones, and all of the stuff that I have covered comes in your kit. So if you're interested in purchasing the kit, I believe there's only one left right now on Kringle Designs website, and that's KRINGLE designs.us. When you get to their page, go to the search bar and type in wreath kits, and then you will find this. So that is all the info here. Let me go ahead and make sure I can view comments. Let's see, here we go. Okay, let's go ahead and swipey so we can see. Okay, come on. There we go. Okay, this has just been really weird lately. Alrighty. Trying to get to my comments. Why are you being so weird, Facebook? Used to be oh so easy to do that. It's kind of weird. It's like it doesn't create a space for me to add comments. Okay. That is weird. I'm like on a Facebook watch. Hang on just one second. Oh my word. Hang on just one second. This is the thing. Okay, I had to turn it sideways. All right, which is a first. Normally I don't have to do that. Again, more things changing in Facebook world. Go ahead and add this. Okay. Now I can actually see your comments. All right. Well, I guess we're watching this on a vertical. So, hi, Elizabeth. Welcome. Great Ribbon. Cheryl says hello from Florida. So, my website is pinned below. So, if you want to purchase this wreath, even though it hasn't been finished yet, it is available for sale on the website. Also, if you'd like to join the private group, the link to do that is also on the website. Hi, Jan. So the 10-inch deca mesh is going to be cut to 20-inch pieces. And we are curling against the curl. And we're actually going to do the outside bottom. So I'm just taking all the tinsel ties or pencil ties and flipping them to the inside. So we're going to work the outside bottom first. And we're just going to ruffle because we've got to hide that 2-inch elevation. Oops. So this particular mesh also has to be cut with a rotary cutter because it is your jute fibers, which means that parts of this will cut no problem with the wood burner and the other parts will not. So I'm just laying them in so that we can cover the elevation difference. So I think I stated we're doing 20-inch cuts, 18 of them because we have 18 pipe cleaners. We have 10 to the outside and we have 8 on the inside. Now this is just my way of styling this wreath. You have the option of doing something totally different. It's entirely up to you, but you're going to see that this turns out to be a very full, very thick wreath. So if you're looking for something with something substantial to it and that it's big and fluffy, then you will love this design. So like I said, we're focusing on the outside pieces, and sometimes we're going to encounter frays. I'm just going to take care of those when I come to them. Hi, Karen. Okay. So I'm just gathering these probably in about 1/2 inch little scrunches as I pull that towards me. Finished edges are going towards the middle. Sometimes people go, is it side to side or up and down? It actually is going up and down. So finished edges in. Our goal is to cover that 2-inch elevation change. And because we rotary cut this one, you will have a lot of frays, and that is normal when you have a burlap wreath. You're you're going to have, you know, that little bit of a rustic feel to it. You might have to trim it. You know, if you have it up for a couple seasons, you might notice that you have, you know, little frays, and you can just remove those as you see them. It doesn't take away from the integrity of the design at all. Okay. I think you're going to love how this one's going to turn out. I just feel like you should always have a Pet Lover Wreath available in your shop, because sometimes people are looking for something specific, and a Pet Lover Wreath is definitely an everyday wreath. You know, you could buy it for your pet lover birthday. It's a great gift for a dog groomer. What else? Vet, pet rescue. These are just great gifts all the way around. So as you can tell, I'm only twisting in here once, because with the pencil ties, those work out really, really well. Like, they're really, you know, solid in holding that. Okay, placing this right on the inside. One complete twist. And then I just kind of fan that out. Kind of looks like a little bit of a fiesta hat going on. Okay. Lordy. Trying to get a piece in. Sometimes it gets sandwiched in with other pieces. So we are curling against, or we're ruffling it against the curl. So right now it wants to curl on top of the mat. I'm going to just kind of push these to the side, squeeze this last one in. Let me twist that in and then grab this fray right there. And our bottom row is all finished. Okay, to make it easy, and so you can see it, I'm going to go ahead and add the ribbon to the bottom before we get to the top. Otherwise, when we add the top one in, it becomes kind of difficult for you to see what I'm doing at the bottom. So the ribbon choices I've selected for this one are the black and white 1.5 inch diagonal cut to 19 inches. We're going to pair that with the 2.5 inch cut to 14 inches of the dog bone and paw print. Then our second pairing is going to be the red dog bone and paw print 1.5 inch cut to 19 inches, paired with the little squiggle black and tan cut to 14 inches. Now, super simple. We're just going to fold these in half. We're going to gather straight up the center. We're going to lay that right inside. I just basically did a half twist. We're going to bring our 1.5 inch together with the dovetailed edges together at the bottom. Go up about 2 inches. We're going to pinch in. And we're going to add that right to the inside. And I'm going to keep my tinsel ties on this one. So we're going to open the loop. You have to right side the left side because that one is upside down. So we're just going to twist that back around. And then we want to kind of showcase all the ribbon. So I just try to put the black and white in between the dog print. The next pairing, same thing, fold your 2.5 inch gather at the center, go back over here, half twist, fan that to the outside. Again, address any frays that you have as you come upon them. And then we're just going to lay this right on the inside and give it a couple more twists. Okay, we're going to fan that open, flip our left side of our tail the opposite direction, and fan those to the outside. Okay, and we're going to consistently do that all the way around. It just makes the process so much easier. And sometimes people say, well, why did you start with the bottom and not the top? Or why didn't you do the next method? It's because of that elevated frame. So I like to work on focusing on the bottom half, because the top kind of just lays down up and over the top a bit, which you'll see when we come in and put that in. You're like, well, I can't see the bottom. You can, it's hard to see on an overhead view of the camera. But you'll see it when it goes up on the door. You're like, oh, okay, I can see it now. Again, showcase all the ribbon so we can see those colors. And if you'd like to join the Wreath of the Month Club, just email me at info@catscreationsandmore.com, and I will send you the link to sign up. Like I said, we just work one design a month. July, I believe we are doing Halloween. So you have the option of not purchasing the kit. You can watch the tutorial, wait for it to be done, and then decide if there's any kits left. You want to purchase that, you can do that. But we try to make sure that you get everything, and the purchase of the kits is something totally separate from the group. You'll also get a detailed materials list with all the item numbers and instructions for measurements, so that you can choose to do it the way I do. Some members wait until I finish, and then they'll go back in and just do something entirely different. Or they might change up where they put a bow location, or the pairing of their ribbon tails and half bow combinations. They might want something totally different. So it's always wonderful to see what they come up with. So right now you'll see that I've only cut enough ribbon to go around the bottom 10, because we always have to wait on the top between adding our sign and our bow. Just how much room do we really have? Because I don't really have the design worked out finished wise until we actually do the live, and then we're watching it basically take place while we're building the design. Okay. Do you guys have any questions at all? This tutorial will be up for replay once we finish. So if you come in and we're still going through the process, you can see the replay once it is finished doing the live. Couple more and then we can work on our top row. think we have one of each after this. I just like the tinsel tie effect because it kind of looks like it could be little furry dog legs, or just like tails, puppy tails. Another option you have, you can remove the pencil ties entirely, like you see me do with the pipe cleaners. Okay, there is that one. And then we'll have one more to squeeze in. You also have the option, you can add scatters and fillers to the ends of those just for some visual interest on there. Here's our last one going in on the bottom. Tucking that right on the inside. Fan that out. Squish that in. And tuck that one behind. Okay. There we go. So we've got the outside done. It looks super fun and super festive. Now what we're going to do is we're going to bring these tinsel ties back in. I'm just going to lay them back over the top so that we can add that to the inside, and that'll fill that hole. So you'll actually have a very full wreath. Okay, same thing. We're taking 20-inch pieces. We are just ruffling them, and then we'll be adding them to the top. Just like so. And I'm always making sure I've gotten both sections right over the top. And you'll see this is what I mean. You kind of have like this overlayer a little bit, but it's pushing more to the inside. And I am pushing more of the deco mesh to the inside. Okay, grab this one. Trying to get it around that mesh. So now you can see why we saved the uppers for later. And I always want to make sure that I pull them back down so that when we get ready to add the sign, we don't have that, you know, we're trying to find all the things. And again, right over the top. We're going a lot more heavy, so I'm kind of doing almost a 3/4 on the inside and really only a 1/4 to the outside so that we can still see the outside rim. Okay. one full twist. Again, we're taking the edges and kind of folding those edges down just so that can help combat frays as well. Okay. Leaning back so you can see how our center is being filled. We have 2 more pieces left, and that should pretty much close up the center. And our final piece. I mean, we still have a very little hole, but once we add our sign, that'll be completely filled. Okay, so now we've got everything added for now. We've already got our ribbon tails and everything else on the bottom. Again, you can pull your loops forward once you've got your upper pieces in. And you can just tuck your ruffles behind if you'd like. Just go ahead and tuck them down so that we can see them. Just like so. And just like so, because we just have a little bit of ruffle there. Again, address any frays you see. It's easier to grab them now than try to deal with them later. Okay. Yeah, just going around the outside. And now you can see that we can see the outside of our ribbon tails. So we're going to go ahead and create our bow, and then we'll add our sign, and we should be finished. And as you can tell, it is a very full wreath. Okay, so all of our ribbon combinations are here. So now we just got to figure out the order. And I think I want this one first. This on the outside. I think is the way I like it to present. So I'm going to take these 4, set them to the side. And we're going to be using the Bow Dabra, doing the bow recipe, which means we're going to start with dovetailed edges. So that means bring your wired edges together. You're going to cut from the fold to that wired point so that you have a really cute dovetail edge. Then we are going to measure out 10 inches and gather at the 10 and then twist. And that is going to go right in the center section of our Bow Dabra. It's kind of got like a little spring tension on it. We're going to bring this up and over. We're going to twist, push down, and then we're going to pull this out. We want to make sure that it hits at 5.5 inches out. Same thing, up and over, twist, press it down, pull this over, make sure we're right at 5.5. And then we're going to measure out 10 more inches. for our tail. Dovetail the end. And I'm going to set this one aside because I think we might come in with some ribbon tails. I don't know how we're going to finish off the very top part of it just yet. Second ribbon, dovetail your end. Cut from the fold to the wired point. And this time we're going to measure out 9.5 inches where we will gather and twist. Place that right to the inside. We're going to go up and over. We're going to twist. And this time we want our loop size to end at 5 inches. Just like that. Up and over. Twist, place to the center. I know that one's way big because I know this is 5.5, so I've got to bring it down a little bit. And then we're going to go back out to 9.5 inches. And we're going to cut folded side, wired point. After almost 7 years, I still tell myself that in my head. Because otherwise, if you cut in the opposite direction, you get a point and not a dovetail. Okay, now we are going to do the diagonal plaid. 1.5 inches. Wired edges together. Cut from the fold to the wired point. Hi, Kathy, welcome. And we're going to do this one at 9 inches. We're going to twist, place on the inside, and we're doing 4.5 inch loops on this. So I'm always bringing it back to the 10 inch line so that this crease lines right up with my measurement on my cutting board so that I can pull this out and I can confirm that the loops are exactly the same length, which makes for easy fluffing. And then we go back out to 9 inches. Dovetail that end. And that one is finished. Okay, now we've got this gorgeous polka dot wreath. It's like polka dot edges with a big red stripe. We're going to dovetail the ends. There we go. And then we're going all the way out. This time it's going to be 8.5 inches, but the loop length is going to be the same. It's going to be 4.5 inches. So we're just going to put our fingers in the bottom hole in the top and then pull, because remember we've already measured the bottom one. So we're just going to verify, and then we need to make sure that our tail length is right at 8.5 inches. Jump in scissors. Okay. That one is complete. And then we're going to do our polka dot, which is going to be 8-inch tail. Just like so. And we are going to do 8 inches for the tail and 4 inches for the loop length. So it just means that when I twist this in, bring it back to my 10-inch line because it's easier for me to see, hey, where does that fall? Same thing, up and over, twist, and then back out. And then we are right at 8 inches. And there we go. And the last one is going to be our dog paw print with the red. That'll be our starring ribbon. And this one is going to be a 7.5 inch tail, but a 3.5 inch loop. So measuring, gathering, twisting, put that right on the inside. And we're going to do a 3.5 inch loop, which is pretty small. But we want to verify, hey, is that really 3.5 inches? So, yes, it is. Up and around, a twist. Place that right on the inside. And we'll bring that in. And then we need to remeasure out 7.5. Dovetail the end. And then all of our ribbon is in our bow. So we will fluff that. Okay. Let's grab a pipe cleaner. I think we'll go with black for this. So we're going to form that into a U shape. So it's easier by the time I pull all the ribbon out, kind of reposition my hands, that I can drop that in and just secure it at the bottom and then just twist. So I'm just holding the pipe cleaner at the bottom while I twist the top. And we're going to bring this over. And we're going to use, this is a 24 by 24 by 1 inch thick piece of lumber that I just added some wood textured tape to, so it gives it a really nice effect. So I'm going to use my C-hook and just hook my ribbon in there to keep it from sliding off the board. And we're going to go ahead and fluff. You haven't figured out, let's fluff the normal way and then figure out where we're going to put our sign. So we're just going to separate loops from tails. So we've got the tail going to the left, loop to the right. Find that same ribbon on the opposite side and go opposite. So loop to the left, tail to the right. This way they're going to be vertically opposite. Find your next one. We're going tail to the right, loop to the left, go to the other side, and we're going to pull the tail to the left and the loop to the right. So now we've staggered the patterns all the way down, separating the loops from the tails. So from here, we're just going to follow our squiggly pattern. So loop and tail, go opposites on the opposite side. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to do the same with our polka dot. We're going to go loop to the left, tail to the right. Go over. We have tail to the right, or tail to the left, loop to the right. From here, because I don't want to keep going black and white on top of black and white, I'm going to split them. So now I'm going to put that on top of the red. Opposite on the bottom, remember. And you can make any adjustments to your ribbon tails as you see fit. Because sometimes they don't, you know, when you go to twist them, they don't necessarily always twist the way that you would like. Sometimes they get a little pinch in them. But you can fix those before you fluff. So now we have all of our tails contained to left and right. And so now we're going to fluff, starting with the top two. We're just going to lift, put our fingers inside, and lift that ribbon. both the loops. So you kind of got a little crisscross pattern going here. Push the tails down. And then the next one, you have to figure out, hey, do you want the polka dot to go in the center, or do you want the diagonal to go in the center? I like the polka dot. So I'm going to fluff these two. Same thing here. I'm going to move this one to the outside. Pull that one up the center. And then the same thing for the bottom. Just go ahead and make sure you do a full fluff on those, which means just make sure you pull your, really get in there and fluff them all nice and pretty so that we can see all the loops. And then you can just make final edits where you want everything to lay. And then to put the curls back in the ribbon, you're just going to run them through your fingers, and they'll just kind of, nice little arc that'll kind of flow around the direction of our wreath. Just like that. There's one at the bottom. And then this is why having a nice board is key, because if you wanted to take photos of this and sell your bow, this is your bow design. It looks great. You can make sure that all of the ribbon tails come out where you want them to be. We're going to go ahead and remove this and set the board away. We're going to prep our sign, which is here. It's a 10 by 10 bark less, wag more. So I've already attached the business card to the back. I'm going to remove the twine, and we are going to add pipe cleaners to this. So I'm just going to fold them over, and we're going to staple on both sides. And I am out of staples. So we will add some staples. Sometimes you forget how long it is in between. So you need to add some more staples. And these are 1/4 inch staples that will work beautifully for your design. So it's always good to have those on hand. Okay, now we're going to insert right on inside. Add our little spring. There we go. And we'll try this again. We're going to, there we go. And I like to give it a little twist so they don't pull. I'm going to add a little dab of glue just to ensure our staples stay put. A little bit of extra never hurt. There we go. Okay, now we're going to place this here. 2 staples. Little twist. A little bit of glue. And then our sign is ready. Okay. Let's bring our wreath back over. Okay, so here's our design. I'm going to take the tinsel ties and move them to the outside so those don't get stuck under our sign. And now we're going to flip and add our sign. Look how cute that is. Absolutely adorable. Okay, so I am trying to pair this up right here where our tinsel ties are. So remember, we have that elevated rail, so we don't have to go very far. But you do want to make sure you hit a top and a bottom. Okay, so I'm just going to bring that in, secure that down. Hi, Joan. I am late because I've been watching a local beekeeper society come to my neighbor's house to collect a few thousand. What? Bees? Amazing to watch. Now I want to make a summer wreath with bees. How awesome is that? Well, I'm so glad that you joined, Joan. Okay, so we're tucking this one in. And then, again, making sure, you know, we're hitting the upper and lower rail. Using pipe cleaners with the jute mesh. Ooh, this one seems like it's way low. I'm just going to bring that even. I think it lines up better with this one. Yes, that makes sense. Cat. Okay. One here. And then one on the other side. Okay. Nice and tight. This one we can actually pull all the way down to the frame because that upper level piece is really close to the end. So again, keep all of your tinsel ties handy so that you can see where those are. I think now we have to figure out where we are going to add our sign, or I mean our bow. So I'm just removing that thread. So let's see. We can go upper left, which means I want to move my sign down a little bit more. We can put it at the very bottom, which is super cute. I think I like the bottom, which means I have to change my bow real quick. Maybe not. Generally, when we do a bottom bow, we just pull our loops down. So I'm just readjusting these for a bottom bow. And then I'll move my top loops around a little bit more. So I'm going to remove this tinsel tie so I can put my bow right here, because we're not going to see that anyway. And then I'm going to tuck that back down so we have a nice smooth base. And I think I moved it up here. So I'm going to go ahead and put the bow in, and then I'll just readdress the whatchamacallit, the loops once I get it on. So we can move our loops around. So this is what I'm saying. We can move these because now it's more of a up and down bow. And I can move all of my ribbon tails down here to the bottom or out to the side as I want. And it's weird when you're looking at it like this, because you're like, wow, you know, the bow's like, the loops are really in the way. And it's like, no, it's not. I'm just still working my tails down because we fluffed this first side, a sideways loop. So I'm just readjusting some loops to bring other ones up. Trying to get my other loop right there. Okay, I think we're good with that. There we go. Okay. So let me hold this up and look. Still need to get that bow down a bit more. There we go. I just want these off to the side a bit more, like kind of right under the corner of the sign. So I might just use the loop to kind of help me edge that down. When you have your bow already preset for something different, and it's fluffed accordingly, like we didn't fluff this for a down bow, like a bow that would have all the tails angled down to the bottom. It's a little bit challenging, but we did it. Okay, now on the outside, because I'll show you this, will look so much better when we get it up on the board and you can actually see what it looks like, because we're kind of looking down, and for me, I'm looking like this. So now we're going to add in some ribbon tails around the outside. So let me show you. I might move my sign up a bit rather than worry about my bow. So I'm looking for my pipe cleaner. I got one. Where'd the other one go? Oh, side to side, cat. Left and right. Okay. So we're just going to lift this up and move it just a touch to the top. So I am just moving this slightly up, going just a hair over my tinsel tie, because we're going to put a bow there anyway. And you'll see once we adjust the other one, we should be much better off. This is why you don't twist, twist, twist and cut everything off until you're at the very, very end. And we're just going one section up, because otherwise the twist tie prevents the sign from moving. Okay. Okay, so we've moved our sign up, so now our bow has more places to rest, which is a nice look now, because now we can see it so much different. And it's weird because you don't really see the bow until I go like this, and then you're like, oh, yeah, that's a big wreath. Okay, so we are going to tree. We're going to 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So that means, let's try this and see what we think. I'm going to cut one of these 14 inches. We're going to dovetail the end. And I'm going to make a set of tails. Yes, I was like thinking, okay, which ribbon do I want at the top? I'm just going to make a set of tails here. And we're going to do one for the opposite side. Same thing. I'm just cutting these to 14 inches, dovetailing the end. And I am sliding them in right here at the corners. And I'm angling these down. Okay, then we're going to do another 2 for up here. 2, and we'll do them both at the same time. There's one. I got 14. We'll dovetail the ends. So remember, folded side, 2 wired point. Same thing on the other side. And then we'll fold them in half to find the true center. Because sometimes you just never know until you get to this part and you're like, oh, yeah, let's do some more ribbon tails. So these are just going to fan to the outside. Same one in the opposite corner, which is going to be right here underneath this sign. Okay, and then we're going to do the squiggly ones in the 3s, meaning we're cutting 3 of those. Trust me, this is a full wreath. These are the most full wreaths that I make. And you could just simply go and just add your ribbon tails and end that. But I'm going to carry our ribbon tails and half bows up to the top. With the sign and the bow, you just never know. So I always wait till we get the sign in, we get the bow in, and then we look at, hey, where does everything else fall in relation to that? And so we are just going to, and trust me, you can still see all the deca mesh. We're going to add this one here. And we're going to fan that one out. We're going to do it right at the top. This way it makes it feel completely finished. Okay, that one's going to go here. And then our other one's going to go down here. And then we're going to add the appropriate half bows. But up here, I'm going to do that like just a regular cute little bow, because it's going to be at the top. So just like that. And we're cutting 1, 2, 2 at 19. So our red puppy paw prints are going to go on the side, little squiggles. So dovetailing the ends. Same one here. Okay. So we're going to go up. And we're going to put these ones right in here. So little half bow action, like what we've done on the outside. Okay. We'll do the same for the opposite. You can see how big this is getting now, because I can't even fit it from my shop, the view on the camera, so that you all can see everything. So that is open. Hi, Anna. Welcome. Okay. And then these, I like to just curl these. So I'm just taking my needle nose pliers and I'm just curling them down. just like so. So we have nice little curlicues right there. We'll do this one on this side, just because they're on the top. Some people rotate them around pins or pencils. You can definitely do that. I just find it's easier if you use needle nose pliers. Okay, and we're going to do that top bow right here. So the first thing we're going to do to make that simple bow, dovetail the end. Then we are going to go, I don't want the tail to be too long, so I'm going to go about 6 inches in, and I'm going to pinch, and then I'm going to measure out 3.5 and 3.5 is 7. So that's going to be my loop size. Twist, and then measure out again 7 inches. I pinch, transfer, and twist, and then we're going to do 6 inches. And before I put the other dovetail on, I'm going to add this to this right here at the top, and then just get this all sorted out. So I have a cute little bow. Going along with this, and we'll dovetail this one. So we have a cute little bow. And then we'll curl the ends of these. And curl this one. Just so we have a cute little bow instead of a half bow like we did there. And then we are going to add it, we have to finish off the 4 pieces in the corner, and then we will be done. So we're going to do our diagonal plaid. So we need 4 pieces at 19 inches. So here's 1. Here's 2, 3, and 4. Last one. And those will finish up our half bows with the paw print ribbon. Again, like I said, you don't have to use them. You can just leave the ribbon tails in the corner and then just curl your ends. But in order to make it more consistent with the look on the bottom, I am following suit with the ones from the side and bringing that look all the way up to the top. Again, we're bringing the dovetailed edges together and scrunching in 2 inches from the top. And we're just going to squish, squish, squish. Right side 1. Just like that. So we have that going around the outside. Okay, there's that one. And we'll do the other corner. What do you guys think of the final look? I mean, you guys are kind of getting a really sweet bird's eye view of that. Give me thumbs up if you guys love it, or a heart if you love it. Again, this is available for sale on my website at the link that is pinned below. Thanks, Elizabeth. She says, love it. All the little thumbs ups. And you'll see once I add this to the door how big this really is. When you do them on the work frame, depending upon the style you do, I mean, you are filling that really up. Pam says it's really pretty. Thank you. Joan says it's awesome. I love the combo. Color combo. It's lovely. Lori says beautiful. Thank you very much, Lori. Okay. We're adding our last tails right in here. Or half bow, I should say. And then this is super cute because it just accents our bow to the end. Teresa said, I love it. The color's beautiful. Well, I'm glad because you said that you were looking forward to that as a dog lover. Oops. Okay. We are doing that end. Okay, last one. Got to squeeze this one in over here. It has a lot of ribbon. I mean, if you think about it, all except for one tinsel tie has 2 different types of ribbon in it. But then we added the bow where the other one would have been. So, ribbon in every tinsel tie. Okay, we'll curl these ones in. And then curl that one in as well. And I just like to fan them out. Okay, let's get this up on the door so you guys can see what this looks like. Because it is full. And you can't quite see it all the way. Hang tight. I'm going to bring you up. Oop, let's grab you a little bit tighter. Apologies, it's like my mount is being a little weird. There we go. Okay. Take this one down. You ready to see how full this one is? This one's full. Look how full. This is a full wreath. You're like, wow. Yeah, this one is full. It is beyond full. So, let's just make sure we get our ribbons down so we can see everything. And then just make sure all of your tails, you guys always hear me stress, make sure all of your stuff is straight because we've been messing with it. We want to see all those ribbons all the way around. And so this is a full-size door that you're seeing right here. So when you're looking at this, there's probably maybe 5 inches on either side left to show you how full it really is. Oop. Almost too short to reach the tops. But there is our Dog Lover Wreath in all of its glory. There's a little bit of tinsel right there. Pull that one down. Make sure those are fluffed. What do y'all think? I was making sure it's straight. That is massive. That's massive. Right? Pound said it's huge. Nice. Joan says, I don't have a dog, but my daughter does. Nala is a Shih Tzu. That's super cute. Love those dogs. So yes, this is a massive, massive wreath, and it is full. For me, this is one of the designs that will give you, it's the fullest wreath I make, because in a sense you're getting almost 2 layers, tons of ribbon, a big bow, gorgeous sign. So yes, that definitely makes an impact. That would also be cute over a vet's reception office, you know, like where they have their pets. It's a great pet memorial wreath as well. You could add your dog's sentiments, or just, you know, add your dog's sentiments anyway. You could add super cute colors, their little dog tag. You can add photos in small little frames and kind of position those around the outside. So many different ways you can embellish it and style it. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this. And there you guys have it. So thank you for joining me, and I will talk to you guys soon with another fun design. Bye for now.